Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Zaria Selena. I feel like y'all don't know me, like y'all, of course y'all don't know me. I recently just started here a few months ago, probably like this is my 6th month on YouTube. And I haven't really gotten into my personal life because I mean it's just not important. And just so y'all can like get to know me a little bit better, I decided to make this video. So this is a story time about how I almost died at 9 years old. I'm 22 now. Okay, so let's rewind back to August 2009. August 18th, 2009 to be exact. I was going to school. I was in 4th grade and I was riding a bus to school, and my stomach, it kind of hurt. So I was just sitting there. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Do I need to go to the nurse? Like, I just started feeling really, really bad. And so it got to the point where I did have to go to the nurse the first day of school. And I was just like, what's going on? Is it just my nerves? Am I scared? Like, what is it? I did not know what was going on. I was in so much pain, and everyone just blew it off as just being my nerves. So I get home, I tell my mom about it, what happened. And in black households, or mostly black households, they're gonna give you ginger ale, they're gonna give you crackers, they're gonna tell you to lay down and rest and you'll feel better. And so that was that. In this case, it eased the pain, but it was temporary. So the pain just kept coming on, kept coming on. And over time, you would just see me losing my color. I wasn't doing well in school, and this was just over the span of like a few weeks, a couple of days, matter of fact. So I would go to my pediatrician. I probably went to the pediatrician like probably twice every week, if I'm not mistaken. Now, don't get me wrong, this did happen years ago, 2009. It's 2022 now, so some of the details may be off, but I can give you as many details as I can remember clearly. Mind you, I was 9 years old, and that's when I think that's when the core memory really like sets in, where you start remembering stuff. But this part of my life I do remember because I almost died. So I would go to the pediatrician several times. Nobody could figure out what it was. I had CT scans, I had MRIs, I had every test that you could think about thrown at me. I was getting sly remarks from family members, other adults, saying, oh no, she's just pulling your leg, she just doesn't want to go to school, she's faking it, blah 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 blah. And so I got on some medicine. My pediatrician prescribed me some medicine, and it was not working. It did the complete opposite of what it needed to do. I began having hallucinations. And I remember this one time in particular, we were going home, and I told my mom, I said, Mama, speed up. And she looked at me, she said, why? And I said, because that man is standing in the street in all black. And she just looked at me and she did what she was told. My mama sped up. My mama don't play them games. Period. She don't play about Zaria. She don't play about her baby. But yeah, so I would constantly see this man. Like, to give you a better picture, like Jeepers Creepers, just a wide brim black hat, the green creepy face or whatever, and the black coat. So this was pretty much just Jeepers Creepers that I was seeing every day, all day, every day. I would be sitting on my bed or laying in my bed, and this is what actually triggered me to sleep with my door closed. I don't sleep with my door closed now, but I used to sleep with my door closed all the time. I did not want to see it. We had this coat rack in the hall, and it would look like he was leaning up against it, like with his back to it, and then his foot propped up on it, and that's what I would see every night. And so I was like, okay, I need to sleep with my door closed. I need to sleep with my door closed. I cannot see this man because it's just weirding me out. And another time I went into the laundry room and he was sitting on the dryer. And so I just kept telling my mom about these hallucinations that I was having, because at the time I didn't know what hallucinations were. I didn't know what they were. So I was just like, I was thinking that I was actually seeing this stuff. You know, like a 9-year-old seeing this stuff. Like, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. I didn't really know how to explain everything, you know? So fast forward, my mom telling my doctor about this stuff, got off the medicine. I don't know what the medicine was called. I think it was like a yellow type of color. I had to get off of that medicine. And so now we're back to square one. So back at the pediatrician, still missing days from school. Classmates asking me, oh, sorry, what's wrong with you? Why are you always out of school? Why are you never here? Why are you always sick? I would love to have an answer for you. I really would. But I don't have an answer, because everyone thinks that I'm faking it at this point. So I really don't know what to do to get anyone to believe me. The only people I could get to believe me was my parents. And my parents did everything they could to figure out what was wrong with their daughter. So after so many doctor's visits to my pediatrician, he finally referred me to a gastroenterologist. But when we got there, he said that he would like to do some tests. Of course, everyone wanted to do a test before you do anything. You want to see what's going on. But obviously, the tests weren't showing anything. No one knew what was going on. So he said, I need to look at her gallbladder. And so what they did, my parents said, well, how fast can you do it? And it's like, can you get back here next week? Okay, so sorry. The doctor asked if my parents could get back here the next week. My mama said, no, we'll be back here tonight. So my surgery was scheduled for the next morning. We went back home, packed up an overnight bag for a couple of days, and we came back. So we get in there the next day. This is now October. This is now October when all this is happening. When I finally went to the gastroenterologist, my surgery date was actually October 16th, 2009. I'm 10 years old at this point now. I'm in the hospital, and I'm getting ready for surgery. I am super duper nervous because I'm a little kid. I've never had surgery. I've never had any procedure done on me. So I don't know what to expect. This is so freaking hard to talk about. Oh my gosh. This is so hard to talk about because I never told this story to anybody. I never talked about it because I don't know how many times I gotta cut this camera. My gosh, but I can't even get through the story. I'm trying to get it together, y'all. I'm trying. Oh, I actually forgot. I was admitted into the hospital. I was admitted to the hospital after some time. You know, I was there for a few days, the children's hospital, and that's where the picture that you see in my thumbnail, that's where that was. I was in the hospital there. That was, I think, September 2009. And then fast forward to October, that's when I had my surgery. So we were all just in a small room. You know, we said our prayers, and my family did everything they could to try to keep me calm because my nerves, My nerves are through the roof, and they're through the roof right now while I'm trying to tell the story. I'm trying to tell the story without crying. So once it's time to get back there, you know, I'm laying on the bed, I'm in the operating room, and they start giving me the anesthesia. I'm freaking out at this point. So I start looking around with my mom. I was like, oh my gosh, where's my mom? Where's my mom? Where's my mom? I can't do this. Why am I crying? I don't know why I'm crying. This happened so long ago. Like, what the freak? I'm in the room. I'm asking for my mom. The anesthesia's working on me. I was so scared because I didn't want to fall asleep, because I've heard several stories about people not waking up from surgery. I didn't want it to happen. So I'm fighting the anesthesia. I'm literally lifting my head up and I'm saying, no, no, no. There was a nurse in there. I grabbed her hand. I'm trying to get it together, y'all. I'm really trying. This was not a good time to do this video. So I grabbed the nurse's hand and I said, don't let anything happen to me. And she squeezed my hand really tight, like we had a grip like this. And she said, don't worry, sweetie, I'm not. Y'all, that lady didn't let nothing happen to me. I wish that I knew her name. I wish like I had a list of everyone's names that was in that room, because y'all, I was freaking the freak out. Literally. I thought I just wasn't gonna come up out of that. So surgery went great. And I'm back in the room, I'm in the recovery room. I'm waking up, and I think the first person I asked for was my granddaddy. I said, where's granddaddy? Don't know why, but I remember that specifically. So I'm looking around with my parents, and I'm just anxious to see my scars, because I was like, my stomach's ugly. My stomach is so ugly. I'm not gonna be able to wear a bathing suit. Girl, that's the least of your worries. You worried about that and your life was just saved. So the nurse came in. She wanted to check my wounds or my scars and make sure that everything was still doing fine. And she hid it from me. Like, she lifted the bandage like up this way where I couldn't see it, and I had my mom down there. They were just looking at it, making sure, you know, everything was in tip-top shape. Now I don't know if this was the same day or the next day. Like I said, this was years ago, so some of the details may be a little off. And so yeah, they wouldn't let me see it. They would constantly put this ointment on it. And the news that the doctor gave my parents was when they pulled my gallbladder out, they saw several adhesions. Now, if y'all know what adhesions are, it's basically just infection just covering the entire backside of my gallbladder. Now, you can live without a gallbladder, but when an organ becomes infected, it affects your life. It could have killed me. The doctor said if I would have waited another week, I could have been dead. My gallbladder was only working 22%. 22%. After that, you know, I've struggled going back to school. I had to do homebound instruction to catch back up with my schoolwork. I got bullied a little bit that year when I came back. It was like, because, you know, I still had pains from surgery. Like I just wasn't, for me, I just wasn't ready to go back yet. I don't think I healed well enough, and I still had like a little pains or whatever, like internal pains. And it was like, you had surgery and all this and that. I remember this one girl in particular. Yeah. Me and this girl still, we sometimes communicate to this day. And she's like, why are you still crying? Like, why is your stomach still hurting? Didn't you have your surgery? And I'm not rude to this girl, but you know, You know, kids, sometimes you just got to blow that stuff off. But yeah, so that was that. People officially believed that something was wrong once they saw and heard the news about my gallbladder, and stuff like that. I do have four scars, but you're not going to be able to see the fourth one because it is in my belly button, but they are much smaller than they were. They're about this big, like about that big. But they had these three, what am I doing? They had these three like metal prongs or whatever, and I actually had got a video, and so I don't know how they got the gallbladder out or where they got it out from, but they got it out of one of these holes, one of them 4 holes. They took it apart, or what, I don't know. They did what it do, and you know, without having a gallbladder, if y'all don't have a gallbladder, y'all know what we have to go through. What comes in must come out. That's all I'm gonna say. I do not watch what I eat because of that. Still, whatever happens, it happens, you know, because we're here for a good time, not a long time. So I eat what I want, and my stomach does hurt because the gallbladder produces bile. Bile helps with digestion, so digestion happens very, very fast. Yeah, so y'all know what that means. But yeah, now I am happy, healthy. I think I'm healthy, living a pretty good life, if I do say so myself. I have not had any other troubles. I'm blessed to be here today, to be able to tell this story, and who knows if I would have just sat there and just sucked it up and said, okay, yeah, what do you think I think I'm lying, so let me just stop, let me just not complain about it, let me not say anything, I could have been gone. So I mean, yeah, it's whatever. I'm glad that my parents believed me. I'm glad the doctors tried to figure out what was going on, and that they did find what was going on. The doctors didn't give up on me, and I'm just thankful for that, and I appreciate everyone who supported me during that time. I actually still have the letters and cards that my classmates made for me from 4th grade. If I can find them, I will definitely insert a few pictures of those. I think they're in the garage, to be honest. But yeah, I still have all of them. Like, y'all, I appreciated what my classmates did for me, because you know, when I was a kid, I just adored everyone. Now you see people for who they are. So but yeah, I still have those letters, and I just appreciate everyone for looking out for me during that time. But yeah, I thank y'all for coming to my first story time. I want to do more of these videos. Don't really want to expose myself because I got some stories now. I got some stories. Thank y'all for watching my story time, and stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the post notifications, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.